Hello and welcome to Price Picks presents Dial C for Cricfit. And it's Mumbai Indians that take on the Punjab Kings at the MH Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. And it's a very important encounter for a team like Punjab Kings. They have hardly won anything in the season and becomes a very crucial encounter here. Whereas Mumbai Indians have, they have suffered a few losses in this season, but uh, they are a side which will cope up. We all know the kind of side Mumbai Indians has here in this tournament here. Mumbai Indians has played 4 matches, has won two, lost two. And if you look at Punjab Kings, 4 matches, 3 losses, and just one win against Rajasthan Royals in their first match there. So plenty to talk about here because Punjab Kings need to get things going. And before I talk about anything, there's a link that I posted in the comment section below. Hit that link and join our discussion here. And I'm really hoping for some new faces who will turn up for our discussion as we move on with our discussion here. So, talking about the Punjab Kings changes, they have made a few changes that have come in. Okay, not few changes. That's one change that has come in. They have dropped Murugan Ashwin and brought back in Ravi Bishnoi. We were waiting for this since a very long time, and Ravi Bishnoi is back. Whereas Mumbai Indians, they have gone unchanged. I mean, they don't even need to make any changes. Their side is packed with all the necessary demands, and that's what it is. Mumbai Indians have got unchanged. I wasn't even expecting any changes to come on from the Mumbai Indians side, and that is what has happened here. So no changes from Mumbai Indians side. They're playing the same playing 11 that played the last game. So yep, that's Mumbai Indians. Open with Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock, Surya at 3, Ishan at 4, Hardik at 5, Krunal at 6, Pollard at 7, Jayant Yadav, Rahul Chair, Bumrah, and Trent Bolt. So yep, they have decided to not make any changes. Obviously, they have the likes of Jayant Yadav who could bowl off spinners. Again, they're playing with 3 4 overseas players today. They just have Pollard, Quinton de Kock, and Trent Bolt. That's the 3 overseas players. They don't have any other players playing for them today here. The other day we saw RCB also follow the same pattern of playing 3 overseas, but yesterday it got changed and they brought Kane Richardson back in. But today's game again, Mumbai Indians are going with 3 overseas. Jayant Yadav gets a go ahead here again. He has proved his potential in the last few games. So how can we not forget the 2020 IPL final where Jayant Yadav played his only game in the season, and that came against Delhi Capitals in the final and proved to be a good change there. And that's what we saw there. Jayant Yadav came in, took a couple of wickets, and yep, that's what Mumbai Indians wanted. Taking a look at Punjab Kings playing 11 here. KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Chris Gale, Nicholas Pooran, Deepak Hooda, Moises Henrik, Shahrukh Khan, Fabian Allen. Okay, this is the exact same playing 11. Just one change that has come in, and that is of Ravi Bishnoi, who has come in for Murugan Ashwin. Otherwise, there is no other change that has come in here. And obviously, they don't need to make any other changes. They have the spin bowling potential in this lineup here. They have the fast bowling strength. Obviously, no changes were needed here, and that's what they have gone in with. They have gone with Ravi Bishnoi. Now, Ravi Bishnoi balls slower through the air. Murugan Ashwin balls quicker through the air, which is why they were playing Murugan Ashwin at Wankhede Stadium. But now they have moved to Chennai. Ravi Bishnoi can get that ball to turn a bit, grip here and there, and that's what they need at the moment here. But yeah, taking a look at so we were talking about the Punjab Kings playing 11, but before we move on, I'd like to welcome Kanak here. Kanak has joined us here, and hello, Kanak.
Hi,
Welcome back.
hi, good evening. Good evening.
Yep. So, Kanak, if we look at the lineup here, Punjab Kings have made just one change, and that is of Ravi Bishnoi coming in for Murugan Ashwin. No other change that has come in for them. What do you make of this side here?
To be honest, I believe it's a good change because, as you
Okay.
mentioned, Ravi Vishnu is very slower through the air when we compare it to Murugan Ashwin, and I think this is the kind of spinner we need on a track where such as a Chennai track. So the conditions suit him very well, and I think he'll be in the wicket takers list today because he's been good throughout the season. When we look at last season as well, he has been one of the bowlers who has been consistent with his line and length. So I believe it is a very good move. as per the conditions they are playing their playing 11. So I think the
Yeah.
management has looked into the conditions well enough, and they have
Yeah.
assisted the bowler through the skills he has. So I think it's a
Yeah.
good move altogether.
Yeah. We'll also welcome Sahil. Sahil has also joined us here. Hello, Sahil.
Am I? How are you?
All good, all good.
I think we
Ah,
haven't chatted after the CSK
yes.
game. I thought you would be taking out processions in Pune, like that Rituraj Gaikwad is the best and all. But unfortunately, the lockdown, so I know we can't do. But I think
Yeah.
you're not conducting the post-match chats nowadays, Insta chats, I guess.
Yeah. So, Sahil, yeah, if not the COVID, you would have seen something like that, me
Yeah,
doing
yeah, I'm sure, and
this.
you should. I think he played brilliantly, jokes apart,
Yeah.
and he has,
Yeah.
and credit to MS Dhoni for backing him, and obviously hats off to Ruturaj Gaikwad, and hope he
Yeah.
continues like this and makes CSK win as many matches as possible.
Yeah. So, Sahil, we'll talk about today's game here, Punjab
Sure, man.
versus Mumbai.
Yeah,
And both teams, now, if you look at Punjab Kings, in the previous game, they made a lot of changes. They made as many as 4 changes,
yeah,
signs of an unstable team that has come into play. And
yeah,
the reason why they made so many changes is because they wanted to bat deep in the order. Now they have Moises Henriques, Fabian Allen who can bat, and they are slotted at 8 and 9. With
right.
this, they are trying to tackle one problem, and that problem is of KL Rahul's strike rate. So
Yeah,
KL Rahul gets in his normal move, which is why they have deepened their batting lineup, because otherwise Punjab's batting lineup would get over at 7. But
yeah.
in the last match, it did not pay off. What do you expect today here?
I think I think good they have kept the same side, and I think here the Fabian Allen will come into bat at number 8. So I think it gives
Yeah,
Rahul or KL Rahul the freedom to go for his strokes. Last time it didn't
yeah,
work out; they got dismissed for a very low score. But I think the intent was right, and probably I feel that this time you never know, they might come up with a big. They might chase down the target which Mumbai Indians set them up. But I was
yeah,
a bit surprised at the decision to bowl first. Ideally, you on this ground you bat first, but I think
yeah,
they have some call in mind, and good they brought in a Ravi Bishnoi instead of Murugan Ashwin because he was, so Murugan Ashwin has a good record against Rohit Sharma and all, but I think right move to get in a Ravi Bishnoi. I think he's
yeah,
quicker through the air, and I think in 3 4 matches we saw Murugan Ashwin struggling. So I think great
yeah.
move to get in a Ravi Bishnoi.
Yeah. I'll bring in Atul here now. Atul, we are talking about Murugan Ashwin and Ravi Bishnoi. Now we know for a fact that Ravi Bishnoi is someone who balls slower through the air. He is a very traditional leg spinner, I would call him. Balls, gives that flight to the batsman, allows the ball to turn. Whereas Murugan Ashwin balls slightly quicker through the air. But they are playing at Chennai, and Chennai is Murugan Ashwin's home ground. So would Murugan Ashwin could have brought that added advantage instead of a Ravi Bishnoi here?
Well, I was thinking they could have gone for both of them because I heard Rohit Sharma at the toss. He was telling that there is a bit of cloud cover, so there are very less chances of dews
Yeah,
later on into the game. So I could have expected both of them, but yes, okay. Ravi Bishnoi is a good choice. Also, looking at the fact Murugan Ashwin is not at his best since last few games, so yes,
yeah,
definitely it's a good choice. And I
yeah.
think today I would want to see Chris Gale to open. And KL Rahul,
Okay.
as he's struggling in his strike rate, so you can ask him to come in at number 3 and give the Gale that freedom to play in the fielding restrictions and play his natural games, to go for the big shots up front. Because
Yeah,
if they are having Chris Gale ahead of David Malan, they are showing the attacking intent. So why
yeah,
can't they can give Chris Gale, that facilities to bat in the power plays? So I would
yeah.
be very happy to see Gale opening with a Mayank Agrawal and KL Rahul in at number 3.
Yeah, and to add to this, I've got a stat here that is I've brought up the stat here. Chris Gale has crossed 20 only once in his last 7 T20s. Hardik Pandya has also gone past 20 just one in his last 8 innings here. Now, if you look at
You mean the
Hardik Pandya,
IPL, right? This is the IPL.
yeah, yeah, no, this is across all T20s.
Nee, but Hardik Pandya scored 40 odd in the last T20. He partnered with Virat Kohli against England.
No,
So I
no.
don't
Okay, then I think this is IPL. This is IPL
IPL.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It
IPL.
has
Yeah,
to
I
be
should have
IPL.
mentioned
Yes.
IPL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he played fabulously in Australia as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, this is IPL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Sahil, is this a sign for worry for Mumbai Indians because both Pollard
Yeah,
and Hardik Pandya have not fired in this season so far. 4 matches, they've not scored anything. If you look
I
at
think.
Pollard, I think he has scored a few runs, but Hardik
Yeah,
Pandya has looked out of shape here.
yeah, and even Ishan Kishan has got a good hit in the middle last time. So I feel
Yeah.
today Hardik Pandya should come in number 4. I know probably they would prefer an Ishan Kishan or a Pollard ahead. I feel Hardik Pandya just needs a bit of time, and once he's set, he can he just needs a few deliveries in the middle. And the same I feel
Yeah.
for Nicholas Puran as well. He needs a few
Yeah.
time, a few balls in the middle. He's been a bit unlucky. So somewhere I feel even Hardik Pandya is going early for his shots. Few
Yeah.
deliveries in, play with a strike rate of even 100 for the first 10, 12 deliveries and then go for it. So if I am the captain, I would send Hardik Pandya today at number 4, irrespective of the situation.
Okay, so with this, I think we'll first talk about the fantasy playing 11, and then we'll move on to other parts
Yeah.
of this show here. So for the prize picks fantasy playing 11, you could go in with wicket keepers. You could have Quinton de Kock and KL Rahul. Batsmen: Rohit Sharma, Mayank Agarwal, Surya Kumar Yadav, Shah Rukh Khan. All rounders, you'll have Kyron Pollard, Deepak Huda, and for bowlers, pick Jasprit Bumrah, Rahul Chair, Arshdeep Singh. Now, if you look at Rahul Chair and Arshdeep Singh, both have been picking wickets in this season, so might as well earn you a lot of points today. Again, Rahul Chair bowling at Chennai, you will obviously see a lot of turn for the spinners. So again, a lot of assistance for the spinners. So do pick Rahul Chair. Has been Mumbai Indians' highest wicket taker in this season, and yeah, and you could have Surya Kumar Yadav as your captain, Deepak Huda as your vice captain, but you can alter them and go ahead as you need here. But Sahil,
Yeah.
if you look at the trump cards, now I spoke about Rahul Chair and Arshdeep Singh. If you look at their stats in this season, Rahul Chair 4 matches, 8 wickets, economy of 7.37, average of 14.5, and then you look at Arshdeep Singh, 4 matches, 5 wickets, economy of 7.5, average of 19. These two local boys have been terrific in the season here. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely yes. In fact, Rahul Chahar last year didn't have a great season. He was dropped in the finals, but this time he's been absolutely brilliant and he's making his case too strong for the T20 World Cup, and especially when the Yuzvendra Chahal is struggling. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuzvendra
Yeah.
Chahal is struggling. So I think he's making his case extremely stronger, and the Chennai wicket is suiting him to the core. So he's enjoying his bowling, and I think and I think Mumbai are having the luxury of even Jayant Yadav, and there are two
Yeah.
left-handers in Kings 11 Punjab, the Punjab squad. So I think
Punjab.
he will have a crucial role to play. And Arshdeep Singh, I think his confidence, last year also he bowled really well, and his confidence has got sky high when he defended 11 of the last over against the Rajasthan Royals, and he got
Yeah.
Sadhu Samson out of the last delivery. So I think even he's been bowling quite well, mixing up his deliveries, and he's a bright future ahead. And you don't have too many left-hand bowlers in our country. Natarajan is injured and all, so you never know what surprise is in store further.
Yeah. And with this, we'll also take a look at the players to watch out for. Then I'll come to Atul and Ganak here. Players to watch out for: Surya Kumar Yadav and KL Rahul. Now, if you look at both the batsmen, they have been scoring runs for the side in this season. Rahul has been consistent, but the question of his strike rate also comes into play because we know Rahul as someone who is an explosive T20 batsman. He goes after the ball. He's not someone like a Rohit Sharma who would stick in there, take a few balls to get set, and and would go. But KL Rahul as an opener for India is a different player, and KL Rahul as an opener for Punjab Kings sounds a different player altogether here. So Atul, what do you expect from KL Rahul here? He has been scoring the runs, but then him playing the anchor role is impacting Punjab Kings, batting there after the 10 or 12th over here.
Yeah, it's looking that something is happening that with KL Rahul, because the way he plays for India is entirely different than the way he's playing right now for Punjab. Though he's definitely feeling the pressure, as is the skipper, and the team is not still in the winning ways. But yes, I think he have to, when he comes to bat, he have to see him as a batsman, as a proper batsman, the way he bats for India, and that is when he can actually succeed in his batting. So
Yeah.
I think, yes, it's very important as well for KL Rahul to perform. And I think it can be a good strategy. I'm saying it once again, KL Rahul in at number 3 could help the cause.
Okay. Kanak, Are you looking forward to watching Surya Kumar Yadav today? He has looked in terrific touch throughout the season. Even for India against England, he was looking in sublime touch. So again today, he could play a crucial role here for Mumbai batting at 3 because Mumbai need him at the moment here because the openers are looking out of touch. Quinton de Kock, Rohit Sharma not among the runs this season. So the responsibility comes on Surya Kumar Yadav here.
I think he's going to play a crucial role today because
Okay.
Quinton de Kock has not looked good throughout the season. So I think he coming in at number 3 and then playing that crucial knock of maybe 50 or 60 is going to help the team build the momentum because he's such a player. He can play throughout the park. He's a 360-degree player. So I think it will be interesting what the Punjab bowlers ball to him and how does he react to the certain balls looking at the situation.
Yeah. And Sahil, we
Yeah.
spoke about Hardik Pandya and Karen Pollard. Both of them have looked out of touch in this season here. If we look
Yeah.
at Pollard now, look, there's this stat that has come into play. Has scored at a strike rate of over 205 of his last 6 innings against Punjab. His last 6 innings versus Punjab, you see the scores that have he has piled up here. So again, do we expect a big Pollard innings coming through, or do we see Shah Rukh Khan playing a role like Pollard, but Pollard has just looked out of touch here. What do you make of the two
I think
finishers?
Pollard is Pollard. He just needs one innings. I think he came good in one of the innings. I think, he's someone who I would never say he's out of form or out of touch or something. He just needs few deliveries, hit the bat, and he's
Yeah.
back to his best. So I think he will come at number 5 or number 6, depending upon
Yeah.
the situation. But I still feel Hardik Pandya should come at number 5, followed by Ishan Kishan, and then Kieron Pollard. And if few overs are only left, I might send in a Kieron Pollard ahead of Ishan Kishan. It's why I know maybe a bit unfair on Ishan Kishan, but you need these two have to come back to form. It's very crucial for Mumbai Indians because you see the
Yeah.
last 3-4 matches. It's the middle. It's the in the death over there. I think the run rate is just 7.5 or something, which is quite low for a caliber like the kind of caliber of batsmen they have in Ishan Kishan, Kieron Pollard, Hardik Pandya, and even Krunal Pandya. So I
Yeah.
think they need a bit more time in the middle. So like I said, Hardik Pandya at number 4 and maybe Pollard at number 5.
Yeah. And now I mentioned Shah Rukh Khan as well here. So
Yeah, sorry.
Karen Pollard and Shah Rukh Khan are the two game changers for
Right.
both the sides. Karen Pollard in this season again, that one knock of 35 not out. Other than that, we have not seen much. But then again, as Sahil mentioned, we could expect something big from Pollard today. Again, he needs just 4 or 5 deliveries. If you look at Shah Rukh Khan on the other hand,
Yeah.
there have been 2 or 3 occasions when he has actually played the anchor role despite being a
Yeah.
finisher on the side and lifted the team up from uncomfortable positions. Like
Yeah.
even in the last match, Punjab was struggling. They were
Yeah.
down about 3-4 wickets in the power play. It was Shah Rukh Khan who played that sensible knock, said that okay, I'll bat till the end, and that's what he did. And again, Shah Rukh Khan becomes a very very crucial player to this side here.
Definitely, and I think he scored a 50 against I think Chennai Super King only. I mean, they were struggling. If he had not scored a 50, they
Yeah,
won't even have
he
reached
scored
100.
47.
47. Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah,
close to
yeah, yeah,
50. So I think
yeah,
that was a crucial knock, and I think he should bat at number 6, maybe ahead of Moses Henriquez. But then Henriquez comes with his own experience as well. So that's the call that Punjab Kings have to take. But I would like to send him at number 6 because he's someone also who could attack from where to go. So if last few overs are left, then I may promote him before Moses Henriquez, and he's looking in good touch. And today I'm excited to watch Nicholas Pooran. I think today, in case he doesn't perform today, then you might see a David Malan coming in the squad. But I
yeah,
am excited to watch Nicholas Pooran, and I would send him at number 4, and tell him to
yeah,
play his natural game. Because what happens then? You keep out Krunal Pandya out of the equation. Then, well, he won't be bowling to two left-handers. Assuming Chris Gale comes at number 3, and I agree with Atul as well. Probably Chris Gale should open, but I would send a Mayank Agarwal at number 3 because KL Rahul. See, you have to look that he's looking as an opener for Team India as well. So he
yeah.
wants to be the opener. If he comes at number 3, that's not going to happen for Team India. So I think the best role for him to get in the squad is to be the opener. So I think Rahul and Gale could open and Mayank Agarwal could come in number 3, but I don't see that happening. But that's how things are. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
Gale opening will be a great thing.
I'm looking forward to a special battle here, and I'll bring Atul in for this.
Yeah, I know
Atul,
that.
yep. So we have Deepak Huda and Krunal Pandya. Now, if you have heard in the news,
Yeah.
they have had an argument during the Vijay Hazare Trophy, and
Yeah.
which is why the argument was so bad that Deepak Huda left the Baroda side, went back home, and then ended up getting suspended by the BCA. So today again, if Krunal Pandya comes into ball, if we have Deepak Huda on strike, there could be some exchange of words, or even Deepak Huda could just decide to smash him around the park here.
No, I don't think Deepak Huda should do that because I believe Krunal Pandya is a streak smart bowler against the right-handers, and
Yeah.
I think yes, he should wait for the bad ball against Krunal Pandya. He should not do like that. But yes, he's
Yeah.
looking in a good form. In the first game itself, he has fired. So yes, I think I'm looking forward to him as a player for Punjab today.
Yep. So we'll bring in Apurv and Pramit as well. They've been waiting here. So hello Apurv and Pramit. Welcome to Cricket.
Yeah,
Apurv, what do you make of today's game? Who are you supporting? Mumbai or Punjab?
Punjab Kings.
Punjab Kings. Okay. And why is that? What are you looking forward to in the Punjab Kings side today?
Basically, I want them to win because it would be good for the table and for the
Yeah.
entire. I want Chennai and Bangalore in the playoffs. Like, so I don't
Okay.
want. I want one of them to win. So that's why I don't want to risk Mumbai there. If
Oh my
somehow they
God. So
manage to reach the playoffs, they will win, or they will be tougher competition than any other team. So I
yeah.
don't want Mumbai to reach the playoffs.
Wow. So because you want Chennai and Bangalore in the playoffs, you don't want Mumbai Indians to reach there. So they end up defeating them. So which is why you're
Yeah.
supporting Punjab today.
Wow.
This is out of the world here, but we'll bring in Pramit as well. Yeah. Hello, Pramit.
Yeah, hi sir. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Pramit. Who are you supporting, and which player are you looking forward to watching today from both
I'm
Punjab and Mumbai?
I'm looking forward to watching Chris Gale. I was surprised. I'm watching the Dream 11 team, but he's got he isn't being picked by many of the contestants who are playing the Dream 11. So I'm just a bit surprised. And actually, I have picked him, so he's my wild card. So I'm putting my bet on him. And in
Okay.
Mumbai, it is Rohit Sharma whom I'm expecting to play a very long innings and score a big knock.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, you're backing Chris Gale, and let's hope he fires today because Chris Gale hasn't fired in this tournament. But again, he is in the same league as Karen Polar and Andre Russell. You just need about 2-3 or 2-3 overs, and they'll just blast off there. And Atul, if you look at all these Caribbean players, I mean, the other day we were talking about Andre Russell not being in good shape in this season. In his bowling, we were not seeing that much of effort. But then in his batting, it was the other way around. It was like, he went into the dressing room, drank something, and then out of nowhere, all that power came in for him.
Yeah, look, I mean, Andre Russell didn't was at his best with the bat since few games, but then altogether we saw that old Andre Russell back into the field, the way he smacked big sixes. So yes,
Yeah.
I think these West Indians are always very surprising. If you see Kyran Pollard, even Fabian Ellen is that type of a player. I don't know whether he'll perform well for
Yeah.
for Punjab Kings this season or not.
Yeah.
But yes, I think the West Indians have that X factor, in the IPL.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take this final fact I've got here, and then we'll move on to the final take of today's game. Yeah, Sahil, I'll bring you in for this. If we look at the
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians Pacers in 18 overs combined in the power play this season, they have only
Yeah.
taken one wicket to speak for their efforts.
Oh.
Both Bolt and Bumrah haven't picked up wickets in this season, in the power plays especially. So what do you make of them here? Is the condition not suiting them? Because when they played in
Yeah.
the UAE, it was the other way around for them.
Yeah, and probably they are not bowling. They're not bowling more than 3-4 overs in the power play. If you see, Bumrah
Yeah.
is maximum bowling over in the power play. Trent Bolt maximum
Yeah.
bowling 2 overs, and then you get in a spinner or something. Or maximum Bolt will be bowling 3 overs. So I think the
Yeah.
Pacers are bowling 3 to 4 overs or 4 overs max. So and the Chennai pitch, it doesn't assist the Pacers at all. And so I think nothing to worry about much. I think it's not assisting the Pacers, but Bumrah and Bolt are they're brilliant at the death, so nothing to worry about. But yeah, obviously any wicket up front, and both of them. So Bolt swings the delivery. Bold swinging deliveries, but you don't see a Jasprit Bumrah bowling a swinging delivery. It's more of the
Yeah.
seam. So probably
Yeah.
if there is swing in the air, then Trent Bolt can get dangerous. But I have not seen much of swing in the Chennai pitches. So I think nothing much to worry about. But obviously they would love, like since they would be defending a total, they'd love to get a KL Rahul and I'm assuming Mayank Agarwal out in the power play as well. 2 wickets in the
Yeah.
power play, then it would become really difficult for Chennai to pull off any. Punjab to pull off any chase.
Yeah. So Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma have walked out. Sahil, give your final thoughts on today's game here.
Yeah, I'm supporting MI. I seriously feel I think it was a good toss to lose because they were anyways going to bat, and I think
Yeah.
if they put up above 165, 170, I think in fact even a score above 160 will be fine because they have defended 150 here. Last time their
Yeah.
total was too less against Delhi. It was 139. Still, it went almost till the last over. So I think any
Yeah.
total about 160, 165 will be ideal, and I'm very excited to watch Hardik Pandya bat. If the middle order performs, you can go beyond
Yeah.
160 as well, and that might be
Okay.
difficult for the Punjab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pramit, what do you make of today's game here? Who are you backing today? Punjab Kings or Mumbai Indians?
No, no, see, T20 itself is an unpredictable game. So, it is more like a bet. You cannot say who will fire suddenly and, all the predictions go haywire. So, we just have to wait for the match. At the end of the match, we come to know. It's very difficult to
Yeah.
predict in a T20. First of all, cricket is an unpredictable game, and
Yeah.
T20 is, it's the ultimate in terms of
Yeah.
unpredictability.
Yeah. Apurv, whom are you backing? Punjab Kings or Mumbai Indians? Final
As I
thoughts.
said,
I know you picked Punjab Kings before, but any last minute changes here for you?
no, I guess I'm backing Punjab Kings only. I guess the main thing would be to restrict Mumbai below 160, like at
Okay.
least below 160. Maybe they should try to restrict them around 140s, but at least they should not. The score shouldn't exceed 160 because I don't feel that the in Chennai pitches the Caribbean players are going to fire much. Like as you
Yeah.
even showed, Pollard's stats against Punjab is very good in the last 6 or 8 matches. But if you
Yeah.
take note, like apart from last year, all those matches were held at Wankhede or
Yeah.
Punjab. I don't know, Punjab Stadium, Dharamshala, and those pitches are flat, as we have seen. And
Yeah.
Chennai pitches are comparatively slow, and Pollard even bats lower the order. So
Okay.
that kind of ball gets stuck, and it's difficult to hit. So I guess the
Yeah.
two main players from Mumbai would be Rohit and Surya Kumar Yadav. Surya Kumar Yadav
Okay.
has been a tremendous. He has been a tremendous stretch. So yeah, if
Yep.
somehow Shami or someone can Fabian Allen, someone gets these two out early, then I guess
Okay.
Punjab has a good chance to seal the victory.
Yep. Yep. Kanak, quickly give your pick here. Punjab or Mumbai?
I'll go with Punjab today. I want them to
Punjab.
win and get to the playoffs.
Okay. Atul, Punjab, Mumbai?
I'm also going with the majority today. I'm going with Punjab because look, Mumbai Indians, even if they lose the next couple of games, they'll somehow find the way later on to get into the playoffs. So no worries for
Yeah.
Mumbai Indians. I think today it's very important for Punjab to win.
Okay. So majority is backing Punjab today, but I think myself and Sahil, we are supporting Mumbai. Yeah, Sahil?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So,
Jai Maharashtra.
yes. So, Kanak, Apurv, Atul, Pramit, and Sahil, thank you so much for joining in.
Thanks,
I'll
my
see
pleasure.
you. Yeah, I'll see you after the match, or most or 100% tomorrow before the match starts. So, thank
Sure,
you all
sure,
of
we'll
you,
be there.
to all those who joined in. And the match has already started here, so I think we should go and enjoy the match. Mumbai Indians are batting at the moment. Rohit Sharma and it's Quinton de Kock to open the innings, and I think it's Mohammad Shami opening the bowling for Punjab here. So nothing much has happened so far. Only 3 deliveries have happened, and 2 runs have been taken by Mumbai Indians. So yeah, so it's Moises Henriques opening the bowling, not Mohammad Shami. So yep, and before I go, I would like you all to visit pricepicks.com. Sign up now and we'll match your deposit up to $100. Use the code CRICFIT and avail yourself a match up to $100 on your deposit here. So again, visit pricepicks.com. It's a very interesting fantasy game. based in the US and Canada. So do go and check it out. It's very different from what we see in India. So do check it out. And till then, it's take care and bye bye from my side. And I think something interesting has happened in the match. So I think we all should head out there and look what is happening there. So see you, and I'll see you later.